Here's more wrestling news for October 22nd, 2022. And we're starting off this afternoon with Bray Wyatt, who has been a highlight of WWE programming since his return a few weeks ago. There's been plenty reported about Wyatt since his comeback, and Bray has certainly enjoyed some unique creative involving his Uncle Howdy character. Some have suggested that Bray's deal gives him creative control, but Ringside News reports that this isn't entirely the case. While sources did admit that the former Universal Champion has a lot of input in what he's doing, he isn't writing his booking alone, and it is instead said to be a collaborative effort in WWE. Part of Wyatt's booking has come from Rob Fee, the ex-Marvel Comics writer who is a big fan of Wyatt, and who fans have to thank for the viral White Rabbit teases and QR codes. It's been reported that Wyatt's handshake agreement with Triple H saw the game promise Bray a world title run, but that doesn't mean the former Fiend has full creative control now that he's back. More from Smackdown as last night's show took place as expected on Fox, but that won't be the case next week. It's been confirmed that next week's show has been moved to FS1 due to Fox Sports putting other programming in their primetime Friday night spot. WWE usually packs a loaded card for SmackDown on FS1 to attract more viewers, as the channel is viewed by far fewer people than the Blue brand's usual home, so expect a huge show on FS1 next week. If you've watched John Cena's career, you'll have seen him overcome seemingly impossible odds to win, with more cynical fans dubbing him Super Cena. In 2010, Cena was embroiled in a feud with the Nexus, culminating in a 7-on-7 elimination match at that year's SummerSlam, which saw Team Cena pick up the win. One name who was in the match was Heath Slater, who told Adrian Hernandez of 11:40 a.m. Las Vegas that it was an honor to share the ring with Team Cena member Bret Hart. Slater also confirmed the report that originally the Nexus were supposed to win, in what would have been a breakout moment for the group before Cena spoke up. Calling John Superman, Heath added that it was only an hour before the pay-per-view began that the Nexus were told they'd be losing on the show, which Slater called crap. While the Nexus would continue for close to another year, and at one point even forced Cena to join, the group never had the same momentum, all down to Big Match John changing the finish at SummerSlam. Back to the present, and there's been a lot of questions recently about WWE Day 1, which was supposed to take place on January 1st next year. While tickets were supposed to go on sale over a month ago, not a single seat has been sold, and it's been reported that the show has been canceled. Now, WWE's own actions have seemingly confirmed those reports, as PW Insider has learned that the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, the planned host for Day 1, has removed the event from their listings. Not only that, but the arena instead has an untelevised event planned for December 27th, confirming that Day 1 has been canceled. The December 27 event's tickets will go on sale next week, and several names are advertised, including Seth Rollins, Matt Riddle, Drew McIntyre, Rey Mysterio, and Liv Morgan, just to name a few. Day 1 was canceled largely due to a conflict with football and subsequent cancellations afterwards, but the fans in Atlanta will get a show, albeit not one on TV. This past Tuesday, Ace Steel was fired from AEW seemingly for his role in the all-out post-show fight. It has been alleged that Steel bit Kenny Omega and that he threw a chair that caught Nick Jackson in the eye, but there may be more to his dismissal. Speaking on his drive-thru podcast, Jim Cornette accused AEW of firing Steel to make others in the company happy. Whatever was left over that Punk did not do, Steel did. He's not the main event star, he's not the world champion, he's not the guy that drew $1 million gates, so I guess they gotta do something to make some people happy. Perhaps if Steel was one of AEW's biggest stars, the higher-ups would have been more lenient on him, but that isn't how things have played out. Steel is gone, and we imagine some in the company are very happy to see him go, as they won't have to worry about being hit by the former AEW producer going forward. Each year, WWE hosts several premium live events, which are set to undergo some major changes in 2023. It's been previously reported that WWE is seeking to do more international events after the success of Clash at the Castle, and now an iconic event may soon be making a comeback. In the Wrestling Observer newsletter, it's reported that WWE is considering bringing back the King of the Ring tournament, as well as a Queen of the Ring tournament, this time as a premium live event. While we've had tournaments in the past, this would mark the return of the King of the Ring as an event, which hasn't happened since 2002. The Observer explained that after the 2002 show, Vince McMahon canceled the iconic pay-per-view due to low buy rate, but pay-per-views aren't a meaningful metric these days. The King of the Ring tournament has seen stars like Stone Cold Steve Austin, Bret Hart, Triple H, and Kurt Angle all claim the crown, and another WWE superstar may join these legends next year on the throne. Next year, we'll also see WWE continue their deal with Saudi Arabia, with 2 events scheduled to be held in the Middle Eastern Kingdom. Typically, WWE hosts their first event early in the year and their second Saudi show towards the end of the year, but that'll change in 2023. Ringside News was told by a member of WWE's staff that the Saudi show, originally scheduled for February, has now been moved to May. No explanation has been given for the move, and WWE have not publicly confirmed the change, and while the relationship with Saudi Arabia continues to be controversial, don't expect this highly lucrative relationship to end early. On Monday, mere hours before Raw went live, it was reported that Triple H had tested positive and would miss both that night's show and the following NXT. In a subsequent update, it was said that the game is doing well and recovering nicely, but isn't fully 100% just yet. PW Insider notes that Triple H was continuing to self-isolate yesterday, meaning he did not attend last night's Smackdown taping. In his place, it's been reported that WWE's Senior VP of Live Events, Road Dogg Jesse James, has been overseeing things, a role that the New Age Outlaw will keep for the time being. Of course, the priority is for Triple H to recover no matter how long that takes, and we're wishing WWE's head of creative and talent a full and speedy recovery. When Simone Johnson was hired by WWE in 2020, she became a fourth-generation superstar, following her great-grandfather, her grandfather, and her father, the latter of whom is The Rock. Unfortunately for Simone, who now goes by Ava Raine, she hasn't had the best of luck, as she's had to undergo knee surgery, but now her time on TV is drawing near. That's according to the head of NXT, Shawn Michaels, who in a Halloween Havoc press conference spoke about Johnson and fellow WWE trainee Valerie Loureda. Both are coming along great. I don't want to give out the trade secrets and stuff. 2023 for sure, they're getting awfully darn close. I think Valerie has done 1 or 2 on the road, but absolutely, and Ava has done some promos. We've done stuff in the Performance Center, both of them, maybe by the end of the year, and certainly 2023, they're very close. Raine has made an appearance at an NXT live event where she had some harsh words for Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez, and hopefully 2023 will be the year of Raine and Loureda. Now, there's no disputing that Bill Goldberg is a legend in wrestling, having reached incredible heights in both WCW and WWE. After a year-long run from 2003 to 2004, Goldberg returned to WWE in 2016, and despite 2 reigns as Universal Champion, isn't all too chummy with the promotion. On the Roman Atwood podcast, Goldberg said that he was an outsider when he came to WWE in 2003, and that attitude still stands today. My relationship with WWE has never been a 100% on the up and up because I worked for a company that was competing against them in the Monday Night Wars, and I had the title, right? So I don't expect them to ever treat me like one of their own. It was in that same interview that Goldberg confirmed his current deal with WWE will end at the end of 2022, and with these comments, we'll have to see what kind of deal, if any, WWE offers the Hall of Famer. During this week's Smackdown, Sheamus faced off against Solo Sikoa, but the night ended badly for the Celtic Warrior. As the match continued, a brawl broke out at ringside between the Usos and the Brawling Brutes, and a distraction by Sami Zayn helped Sikoa get the win. With Butch and Ridge Holland disposed of, the Bloodline gave a 4-on-1 beatdown to Sheamus, and on social media, WWE reported that the Irishman had suffered a non-displaced fracture near his elbow. The Bloodline versus the Brawling Brutes has been announced for Crown Jewel, but right now, Sheamus won't be walking into Riyadh at 100%. And we're ending with Raw, as DX reunited last week for the season premiere of the Red brand, but there was one notable absence. Despite being a DX member, Billy Gunn did not appear with Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Road Dogg, and X-Pac, but that nearly wasn't the case. In The Observer, Meltzer writes that WWE and AEW did discuss Gunn appearing, and at multiple points, it appeared that a deal had been struck. WWE offered no money for Gunn, and Tony Khan didn't ask for any, though Khan did request that WWE make reference to AEW like they did with Impact earlier this year. It was in January that WWE made reference to Impact as Mickie James, then the Knockouts World Champion, appeared in the Women's Royal Rumble match. After a lot of back and forth between WWE and AEW, it was a last-minute call that Gunn wouldn't appear on Raw, but it's unclear who exactly said no. While Gunn's work with the Acclaimed was subtly referenced by Corey Graves, Daddy Ass didn't appear himself on Raw, and it may be a long time before another opportunity like this comes around. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.